Welcome back. We created this layout. We need to get the data from these edit tags using the data binding and solve the equation. To do that, we need to add the data binding to our project. So go to the build.gradle.kt file, go to Android scoop, and here I'll add build features and use data binding equals to true. And if you encounter any trouble when running the application, just change the target SDK to 34. Then sync the project. After that, we need to change this layout to a layout in data binding. So layout and the closing tag, cut it from here and paste it at the end of this file. Also, don't miss to move these namespaces and add them to the layout here. Okay, this is the layout tag, and these are the other widgets included inside the constraint layout. Here, I need to define the data variables. And to create a variable to associate with these edit tags, I need to create a new class here named as myEquation. This equation class will extend from base observable. Alt plus enter to import the base observable class from the data binding package and change it to constructor invocation. Base observable is a class provided by Android data binding library. It's part of the Android architecture components and serves as a foundation for implementing the observer pattern in the context of data binding. The primary purpose of base observable class is to make it easier to notify observers, such as UI components, when underlying data changes, facilitating automatic updates to the UI. And the observer pattern is a design pattern where an object known as the subject maintains a list of dependent observers that need to be notified of any changes to the subject's state. Base observable helps implement this pattern in the context of data binding. And we learned about this in the two-way data binding. Then I'll create the variables here. I'll create var a, it's of type string equals to empty string. Var b, it's of type string equals to empty string. And var c, it's of type string equals to empty string. Also, I'll create a variable of type activity main binding equals to bind. Later on, I'll show you what is the purpose of using this binding object. It's type activity main binding, and I'll use late initiate. And to use the bindable annotation, I need to use here in the build.gradle.kt file the plugin ID Kotlin-cat. Sync now. Now we can use the bindable annotation. I'll use it for the three variables because I'm going to get them from edit tags. At first, I'll add bindable annotation for A, for variable A, and I'll use the setter method of this variable A. Set value field equals to value. This is the default setter in Kotlin. Please review the setters and getters in the Kotlin basics. And I'll use a method called NotifyPropertyChanged, br.a. Bindable annotation is used in the context of Android data binding to mark properties for which the data binding library should generate code to handle change notifications. When a property annotated with @bindable changes, it triggers automatic updates in the UI that is bound to that property. This annotation is typically used in classes that extend base observable. And I'm using this bindable annotation to bind this variable, any change to this variable A, with this edit text that it is responsible for entering A. In the same way, I'll use with B and C. So @bindable, and here I'll use the setter method for B and set the value to B. Then for C, bindable, and set the value property of C. Okay, this is how we bind these variables to the edit text. The generated BR class is automatically generated by the data binding library. It contains identifiers for all properties marked with @bindable in your project. When the values of a property marked with @bindable annotation changes, you should manually call NotifyPropertyChanged method within the setter method. This method is part of the base observable class and is responsible for notifying any registered observers that the property has changed.